Howdy gamers, how's it going? Welcome back to Achievement Man. Last episode we did some crazy tasks such as creating our character and trick-or-treating. Of course I messed up and didn't read the calendar right for Day of the Dead and missed it. Today I'll tell you the tale of my time in the human zones and the horrors I found. So to start it out, I rolled up on Westfall, a land of abandoned farms, poverty, and a giant tornado in the middle of the zone for some reason. No, seriously, it looks big and important, but there's just literally nothing about it. As soon as I enter the zone, I'm immediately recruited as a private eye to investigate the game ending of Old Blanchy. Pour one out for Old Blanchy. I'm first sent to heckle some homeless people to figure out what happened, which leads me to running through a series of hoops to discover information as to what may have red-barred Old Blanchy. Was it Murlocs? Was it Gnolls? Was it random thugs? Who's to say? I'm sent all around the zone, helping citizens of Westfall while investigating. I help a farmer clear his farm of angry robots. I'm told about how the authorities are not to be trusted, and that Westfall has become the dumping ground for those poor and homeless after the war against the Lich Man. I also help his wife to make a stew, then distribute this stew to the homeless around Sentinel Hill, the capital of the zone. While helping these people, I'm constantly reminded how Stormwind doesn't care for these people and leaves them to starve, while also dumping money into fortifying this useless hill. It saddens me. I end up in Moonbrook where I discover propaganda and red bandanas. Now where have I seen this before? Finally, I show up to a large presentation talking about how they've been abandoned by Stormwind, a call for a revolution against the throne, and looking at the squalor conditions around, I can't even blame them. Of course, I'm ordered to race back to Sentinel Hill to deliver the news to the proper authorities. And when I arrive, the big reveal. The woman leading this revolution is the daughter of a man murdered in cold blood by agents of the throne. I get the achievement for Westfall, but I feel uneasy. I tried to question what's going on and who really is the bad guy or the good guy here, but very quickly I was just shuffled along to Redridge. Clearly the humans didn't want me to see any more of their sham. So I move along to Redridge, a very red mountainous region with a big old lake in the middle. Home to humans, gnolls, and supposedly invading orcs. I am told they are under attack by lots of gnolls and need help. So I show up and they immediately have me raiding gnoll campsites, where there's absolutely no clear indication of wrongdoing. After killing their leader, I'm told to hand over a note that's written in a language I couldn't quite parse, but it looks like this.
Me not that kind of orc.
It apparently says the orcs are about to attack, and we need an expert orc extermination squad to deal with it. So I'm off to round up the members of Bravo Company. First, I talk to John J. Keishan, who refuses to help me. In response, I travel around the zone rescuing his buddies from being imprisoned one by one, hoping to force a suffering veteran back into war. Eventually, I rescue everyone, and Rambo is down to game with us. I spend time building a camouflage kit that I don't use because I'm level capped, so I don't need that. And we start a series of small adventures sabotaging orcs before the assault. It was all fun and games until the curtain fell and I saw what was really going on. Okay, so I hop into this tank that gets delivered in front of us. Sure, comes down from the sky, whatever. They tell me drive forwards back towards Lakeshire, take the northern route. So I assume, okay, we're in an armored transport, we're just trying to get back safely. So I just start driving. Then all of a sudden, Rambo hops up in the gunner's seat and starts yelling things like, "There are no friendly civilians," and guns down hundreds of orcs. Orcs I'm not even sure we're planning on attacking at this point. We kill the leader of the orc assault. I get my achievement, but then I'm immediately shipped off to Duskwood. It's very convenient Duskwood suddenly needed help as soon as I had more questions. Duskwood was clearly a distraction from the war crimes and poverty I was forced to witness. These were people that truly needed help from the horrors of the undead. The forest of Duskwood is dark and eerie, clear signs that spookery is afoot. I started by helping the villagers of the town of Darkshire with some random things like killing some zombies and some local wildlife for meat. Then I helped an old man who was very nice to me with some errands. He said he struggled to get to town, he struggled to do things. So I go all around the zone gathering random things for him, and he's just awesome the whole time. Then he sent a giant undead monstrosity to destroy Darkshire, so of course I helped to kill it, but another mark on the humans might not be good guys tally. I adventure around a bit more, almost reuniting two brothers, until a random Tauren kills one of the brothers right in front of us. The grief-stricken brother lashes out at me, clearly overcome with emotions. I completed another short quest series that has a pretty neat story for being such a small part of one zone. It really shows how Classic Blizzard developed a lot of story that most players would never even realize was there, because they'll just click through the quest and move on. This man, Morgan Lattimore, gets married at age 18 and has 3 kids. At age 32, he is summoned to fight the undead in Lordaeron once the war against the Scourge started, so he leaves his family behind. He fights for many, many years up there and sees uncountable horrors, only kept going by the thought of returning to his family. Finally, the war ends, and he returns home where he finds Duskwood in absolute tatters, corrupted by the undead. He finds the gravestones of his wife and kids, and in a fit of emotion, he kills some innocents nearby, then himself. But does not find peace, and begins wandering Duskwood, slaying indiscriminately. In this quest, I finally put him to rest when I learned that he did have one daughter that survived. She asked that I put her ring at his gravestone, where he appeared as a ghost and is finally allowed to pass on to the Shadowlands. Which, knowing the story of Shadowlands, is actually not great, but oh well. I finished out the zone by taking out a powerful necromancer, but the fun couldn't last forever. Soon enough, I was finished with the achievement, and I was advised to head to Stranglethorn Vale. Oh, Stranglethorn Vale. The land of getting PvP'd, animal slaying, trolls, and apparently a big ol' whirlpool that's also just never elaborated on. Northern Stranglethorn starts at a camp of rebels who claim their former unit has gone crazy. I helped them by just game-ending whatever they pointed to, killing their leadership, and freeing some prisoners. I also killed some trolls and elementals in the area for some various supplies some people at the rebel camp wanted. Next, I did the most infuriating quest I've done thus far, driving this stupid dinosaur. The whole goal of the quest is to escape Zul'Gurub. Makes sense. It starts out fine, you jump down off this thing, you dodge some packs of mobs, whatever. Then you gain an ability to break nets. Neat, escape easier. If you get caught, you break the net and run. Then you learn how to light things on fire as distractions to get past big packs. Very cool. Finally, you learn how to leave a skull in the path to get past enemies on bridges. And this is where I lost World of Warcraft. Oh, also this thing can't strafe. And if you mouse turn, it turns like a freaking tank. I wasn't expecting the dinosaur to turn like a tank, which is why I fell off several times. My impatience was also my undoing many times when I tried to rush through the bridge or rush getting the mobs out of the way. But finally, I'm able to get across both bridges, narrowly avoid one mob that did catch me almost, and get out of the dungeon to complete the quest. After that nightmare, I took care of Mr. Nessingwary's Camp of Horrors. This camp of various folk of Azeroth asked me to game end tons of endangered wild cats and reptiles. I had to slay over 30 tigers, panthers, and dinosaurs, and a bunch of crocolisks. I muscled through it for the achievement, but after what I saw in Westfall and Redridge and now this, I'm starting to feel very uneasy with helping these people. But with that, we complete Northern Stranglethorn, and we head down to the Cape of Stranglethorn. The Cape of Stranglethorn starts with some Rick and Morty portals to stalk trolls. Unfortunately, my IQ was just not high enough, so I failed the quest. Then comes the pirates. Yes, Cape of Stranglethorn is the pirate place, where you can live out all of your piratey dreams. We start out by getting to Booty Bay and being told to scout the area, where we uncover a map that implies an attack on Booty Bay is imminent. We are then sent to delete several dozen pirates and steal the attack plans, but upon returning, we're sent right back out to get recruited by the same pirates we just murdered. They want to make sure that I'm not the same druid that blew up all the pirates on the beach, so they send me to kill this big meaty Tauren in Booty Bay. We cleverly make a sneaky fake Tauren head, and I deliver it to prove my allegiance. This is a great time to point out how difficult it is to traverse Booty Bay. It is so hard to find what level of the city the quests are on, or what building they're in. And with the new UI, Blizzard doesn't allow us to hide things like the profession trainers from the minimap, making it even harder. Fortunately, I found an add-on that lets me hide them anyway. So I begin living my pirate fantasy by doing such tasks as preventing scurvy and cleaning a deck. But eventually, I'm able to cause enough mayhem to ruin the attack. I return to Booty Bay, and the attack begins, and I destroy heaps of pirates. Defenseless on landing vessels, blown up. Fighting on the docks, moonfired. Firing from the ships, raided and swiped. Finally, I mount the last ship, go to the captain's quarters, and take him out just before the ship is fired upon by my own guys. I wake up from the friendly fire and turn my quest in and get my achievement, but I don't feel right. This near-death experience caused me to question everything. Should I be committing these crimes to collect every achievement? Does it go against my druidic ways to destroy dozens of wild cats? I had to head to Druidland to commune with nature and discover how I should move forward. I teleported to Moonglade to talk to my druid teachers and reach the Emerald Dream. I needed to know if what I was doing was okay. Should I be helping these insane people? So I worked with my druid friends to gain access to the Druid Meditation Den so I could commune with nature. Is what I'm doing right? My goal was to set out and get every achievement, but so far, I've just hurt more people than I've helped.
Yes, young achievements. To become an achievement master, you must throw away all morals.
But what about my druidic ways? I just killed dozens of animals for sport, hundreds of orcs slain, homeless heckled.
Yeah, but are you a druid or a gamer?
I'm a gamer.
Good. Now go snort some gamer subs, grab your razor gamer chopsticks, and get back in the fight.
I know what I have to do. I ran over to Stormwind and I learned how to dogfight, or as they call it on the down low, pet battle. I used this cool ghost cat to learn the ropes of beating up other defenseless creatures. Then, I learned how to grab one of the half-dead critters and shove them in my bag, never to see the light of day again. I knew my next calling was to become the Michael Vick of Azeroth, and that journey starts now. If you like what you saw, feel free to smash that like button or Fortnite dance on the subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Achievement Man.